Remember how I said I wanted to move all these peppers over here? That's what we about to be doing. I want a whole new look. I'm gonna be building probably like 2 different raised garden beds right here, and then I want to have like a walking path going. Yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is pull this thing out. Oh, it was easy. Oh, let's try. It's time to pull this thing. So what we gonna do is go ahead and pull this thing up. Oh shit, goddamn. Look at that thing. Ooh, it's getting cold. Yo, what it do, nature family? Your boy back. You know how I'm about to act, but you already know, man. So y'all know how I've been planning on doing a whole new transformation, right? Yeah, we about to get to it. Yes, sir. So what I'm about to be doing in this video, we about to take this whole cucumber trellis down. We got to get rid of that. It had a powdery mildew problem, and it killed my whole plant. So we got to get rid of that. And then we about to be moving the peppers over. Like, I done drew out a whole little blueprint at work. I've been working so goddamn much, I couldn't even really draw out a blueprint at home. So y'all see my little blueprint with my cucumbers. We're going to build a whole new cucumber bed. You know what I'm saying? You see how it looks? So we got the bed right there. Then we're going to build some walls around it so then we could put a trellis up. You know what I'm saying? So then we could section off the cucumbers. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't going to do a pat dish next year. We doing a whole bed. So make sure y'all stay tuned to that, because that's going to be a whole DIY, man. I had to put it on a paper towel because I ain't had no paper at work. It was some paper around, but I couldn't get to it because, you know, a boy be working. I'm making juice. You know what I'm saying? Working Dr. Pepper, making juice. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Let's get back to it. So we about to take that cucumber trellis down, y'all. And we about to be moving these peppers. And we about to be pulling the collard greens. And we got to get rid of that cabbage that I supposed to been got rid of. And hopefully, man, we can hurry up and we'll harvest our watermelons and our cantaloupes, because we still got our watermelons and cantaloupes back here that we didn't even harvest yet. And it's getting cold, y'all. It's getting cold. When I mean, it be freezing in the morning, it be freezing. I don't even be wanting to be out here. But we got to be out here because guess what? This is nature water fish. We in nature all the time. You feel me? And then we're going to be converting back to, you know what I'm saying, in the house, because we got a lot of aquatic stuff that we got to dive into that we've been missing out, and I got to update y'all on. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to this garden, because we got a lot to do. We got to put these cucumbers up, and we got to pull these collard greens and all this other stuff. And we still got to move these peppers. So let's get to it. Ha. All right, y'all. So this where we was growing the cucumbers at. And as you can see, that powdery mildew wiped out this whole plant, y'all. Like, it killed everything. So what we're going to be doing is taking this whole trellis down. We still got 2 cucumbers on there still hanging on. I don't know how these things still hanging on, but we're going to take them off, and then we're going to get rid of this whole trellis, because we're going to build a whole new garden bed, y'all. A whole new cucumber garden bed, man. So let's go ahead and get rid of this thing, and we got to go ahead and pull them collard greens and everything else. So let's go ahead and cut this thing down. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. So before I cut this thing down, remember how this thing look, man. Remember how it look. We about to give it a whole new transformation, man. We about to make this thing look good. So let's go ahead and get this thing down. Got me a little trash bag so I can go ahead and put it in the trash, because I don't want that powdery mildew to spread anywhere else. So remember how that thing look. Remember my blueprint. Hold up, let me turn it around. Remember my blueprint. Look how the raised bed gonna look. That thing gonna look good. You see that thing? That's how it's gonna look. It ain't gonna look nothing like this picture, because I can't draw like that. But hey, it's gonna look something like this, similar like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I can build. Now I can do some Bob the building, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get this trellis down so we can make a whole new look. Let's get to it. One of the reasons I ain't cut this thing down too, because it was bees in the goddamn pole. So I'm gonna continue to cut it down. I'm gonna just try not to go over there by the bees, because I ain't trying to get stung. Let's go ahead and finish cutting this thing down. Hey y'all, this how we looking. We got everything took down. The trellis finally down, man. The only thing I ain't take down is them 3 little strings that's still up there, cause some bees in that pole up there. So I'm not messing with them bees until it get a little colder and I can spray some bug repellent up there. But other than that, we got everything in the bag. The only thing is we're gonna have to dump all this dirt in the compost. But before I dump that dirt in the compost, let me show y'all these mushrooms that's growing in there, y'all. Like, these some weird looking mushrooms. Let me show y'all real quick. Look at these mushrooms, y'all. Look at these Jones. What type of mushrooms is these? If somebody know what type of mushrooms these is, let me know in the comments, because these things look weird. I ain't never seen these before. But yeah, we're going to dump all this in the compost. Recycle. So let's go ahead and dump. All right, y'all, so this our compost pile. And as you can see, y'all, we got all types of stuff in there. We got grapes, we got peppers, we got tomatoes, we got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Whatever could get compost that's natural, we throwing in the compost. So that's what we gonna go ahead and do with this dirt right there. Go ahead and throw it in the compost. So that stuff right there, we go ahead and get composted. So let's go ahead and get the throw. All right, y'all, so we threw the powdered dirt in the compost. Soon we're gonna have to build like a border around this thing. I wanna do it before it start getting too cold because I don't want no snow to get on the compost and stuff. So we're gonna build like a border around it so we could keep it in one place and stuff. But yeah, y'all, we got the dirt in there. So let's go ahead and move on everything else. We got to put these collard greens, and I think we got to put this cabbage up, and we still got to move them peppers. So let's go ahead and get to it. Y'all, so we over here with the peppers. So y'all remember how I said I wanted to move all these peppers over here? That's what we about to be doing. I want a whole new look. I'm gonna be building probably like 2 different raised garden beds right here, and then I want to have like a walking path going towards the garden. So that's what we about to be doing, moving all these peppers over there. So let's go ahead and get to it, because we still gotta put that cabbage and them collard greens over there by the tomatoes. I'm gonna still let the tomatoes rock out for a little bit because they still got some growing to do, and they still got some tomatoes that's on there that's green. So we're gonna let them go ahead, ripen up, and then after that we're gonna get rid of that whole tomato garden bed. No, we're gonna keep the garden bed. We're gonna get rid of the whole tomatoes that's in the garden bed, and we're gonna get rid of that cabbage because I want to grow something new right there. So let's go ahead and get to it. Look at all of these slugs, bro. It was slugs in there. What the hell? I was over here moving the peppers, and look what's inside of here. It's so many different types of bugs. Like, look at all these bugs. The hell, centipedes, roly-polies. I don't know what type of spider thing that is. Slugs. The hell, is that a daddy long leg? Oh, man. And then these look like eggs, y'all. Like snail eggs. Like, what in the world was going under here? What in the world was going on under here? That's what I meant to say. God damn, what the hell? Yeah, we're gonna have to spray the hose on this thing. Get rid of that, but let's finish moving these peppers. We were just having a slug party under my peppers. Like, I'm moving my majestic red, and it's about 6 slugs under here. Like, look at this. Look, now you trying to escape. Look
Don't try to leave now. Y'all about to get exterminated. Look, there's a slug right here too. And there's one right here. There's one right there. They thought it was really a slug party. That's why my peppers looking like that. And they probably come out at nighttime. I'm about to get the hose. Gotta go. Turn my hose on. Spray them things off. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Messing up my peppers. Drown. Gotta go. We're gonna drown in this water today. Messing up my peppers. Look at that slug. Look at it. Look at that jump. Bang this thing out. Having babies and everything in that jump. That's crazy. Look at them jump. Yeah. Ooh, it's all slimy. And one right there. One right there. Look at them, y'all. Messing up my peppers. Then they got the eggs. This the eggs right here. They was laying babies and everything. Yeah, gotta go. Spray that thing out. About to finish moving my peppers. I think that's good. All right, let me finish moving these peppers. They keep on having me stop. I keep saying all these goddamn slugs in my goddamn stand, but it's the last pepper, so let's hurry up and move this, and then we about to be done. All right, y'all, so we all finished moving the peppers, man. And y'all, it looks so big over here, man. But it's okay, because we're going to put some garden beds. We're going to put some elevated garden beds right here. We're going to put some little flowers and stuff right here. We're going to make it look nice. But the only thing we got is the 2 sweet bell peppers over here. We're going to let them finish rocking out, and then we probably going to put something else in them pots. But let me go show y'all how them peppers looking over there. Let's go. Hey, y'all, so this the new spot for the peppers. As you can see, I lined them up and stuff. So what I was thinking about is building like some stands to elevate them a little bit, because as you can see that we had a lot of slugs and bugs under the stand, and I don't want to have that problem no more because they was eating all over my peppers. So we're going to go to Lowe's, build some stands so they could be elevated a little bit, and then it'd be easier to pick them. So look at my little new pepper spot, man. It's looking good. It's looking good. So let's go over here and pull these collard greens and cabbages up. Hey, y'all, moving on to this cabbage. This thing that I supposed to pull like 3 months ago. I just been letting it rock out, but it's time to pull this thing. So what we gonna do is go ahead and pull this thing up. Oh shit, god damn it. Look at that thing. Big old cabbage head. So we gonna go ahead and put this in the compost. We gonna keep that pot. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we probably throw some of that dirt in the compost too. We ain't even gonna use that dirt. So we gonna go ahead and throw this in the compost. Chop that thing up. Go ahead and chop that thing up. There we go. And it smell like cabbage too. Have to get to it later, but that's good enough. I'll go ahead and put it back in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw that dirt on top of it. But we're still gonna definitely keep that pot. We're gonna throw that dirt on top of it. Woo! We've been working today. So let's go ahead and take this out. Remove this. Definitely seeing some earwigs and bugs under here. I don't know where they went at. They probably ran, but let's go ahead and get this. Throw all this dirt in the compost. Whew. We have a lot of dirt in this compost, but we're gonna definitely reuse this in our garden beds that we about to order and build. Let's get this out. Look at all that dirt. Let's go ahead and break that up. Oh shit, I don't want it to fall over. Let me go ahead and stick that right there. That's why I said I wanted to build a border around it so it won't be falling over. But we want to make sure we keep all that good dirt up in there. But probably gonna have to break most of this down later on. But that's good. That's good. All right, y'all. So we pulled the cabbage out, threw it in the compost. Now the only thing we gotta do is get these collard greens and pull them up. See, I was gonna keep the collard greens and get my girl to, like, you know what I'm saying, cut them up and freeze them. But I think the bugs munched and lunched on them too much. But let's go over there and check them out and see if we can save some. I don't think so though, but let's go see. All right, y'all. So these are collard greens, and as you can see, look at all of these holes in them, man. Like something got down on this junk right here. Look at all these holes right here. So yeah, we not gonna keep none of this. We ain't gonna keep none of this. So what we gonna go ahead and do is pull this thing out. Oh, it was easy. Oh, let's try pull this thing out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that collard green. God damn. Let's go over here and put it in the compost. Look at them roots. I ain't know collard greens grow so goddamn tall. I was gonna let them keep going, but nah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of it because we're gonna put something else in that garden bed. But let's go ahead and sit this to the side, and I'm gonna chop it down a little later on. Look how big that thing is. But we already pulled out collard greens. We pulled out cabbage. I think we done, man. I think we done. Man, that was some work, but we got the collard greens pulled out. We got the cabbage pulled out. We moved our peppers, and man, it's looking good over there, y'all. I like the little new spot. The only thing we got to do is get some stands so we can elevate them so we don't have that pest problem. We got to put some new raised garden beds right here. But I was thinking about putting like 2 garden beds, small, not too big, like medium size, and then putting probably like some pots right there with some flowers so we could get them pollinators coming in next year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do some more stuff right here. I still gotta do some designing, so I don't know what I wanna put right here just yet, but we're gonna have some stuff right here. We still got build that bing bed. Man, we got some stuff to do. We still gotta build a border around that compost bin. We got a whole lot of stuff to do, so make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button and put on that notification so you won't miss no more videos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all already know, man, it's Nature Water Fish. Y'all know I gotta do it like this, man. And don't forget to comment, because y'all know I love them comments. But look at the God, man. It's coming along. It's coming along. But I'm out.